So if there's one question I get asked more than any other in the comment sections of my videos, it's what's my bankroll? What's my budget? How much money am I taking to the casino while I'm on a cruise in order to get the offers that I receive? Well, we're going to tackle that question today, right here, right now. Welcome to Cruising on Comps. Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, my name is Chris, and this is Cruising on Comps. And today we are going to talk about my personal bankroll. And I'm going to be honest with you, this actually makes me a little bit uncomfortable. And it doesn't make me uncomfortable with sharing the figure. I'm going to do that later in the video. What makes me uncomfortable is I don't want anyone to digest this information and think that if you take the same amount of money that I do on a cruise, that you're going to have the same result or you're going to get the same type of offers. The reality is you could have a much lower bankroll than I do and actually do much better and get better offers, and vice versa. You could have a gigantic bankroll 10 times what I have and actually get worse offers. It's really going to be dependent upon what happens while you're gambling. So I want to throw that disclaimer out there. And, you know, above anything else, I always say, and I will continue to say, never take more money into the casino than you're willing and can afford to lose. Your budget is your budget. It's contingent upon what your personal financial situation is. What may be a lot of money to me may not be a lot of money to you, and vice versa. So keep that in mind as we move forward. But one thing I am going to do is I'm going to share a couple of tips with you at the end of the video of how you can stretch your bankroll and hopefully maximize your opportunity at a casino offer. So let's jump in, get started. What is my actual bankroll? Okay, so what is my total bankroll? Out of pocket, when I go on a cruise, I take $1,000 in cash with me. Now, in addition to that, I'm going to include in a bankroll any onboard credit I would have, plus any fun play I would have. My strategy personally with fun play is I'm going to play that money all the way down to zero no matter what happens. I'm going to try to maximize the benefit of that. You don't get points for fun play if it's put on your card. You have to convert it over by playing it into cash. Some ships, Carnival ships, do actually just give you cash. And that's great because you can start generating points immediately. But I play through the fun play, and then I will start playing that money, and I will play it all the way down to zero before I ever touch my own money. And I try to maximize my benefit from that, create as many casino points as possible. In 2023, what happened for me was the last two cruises I took, I had $1,000 of fun play on each one of those cruises. And I actually never touched my own personal money for either one of those. I had some great luck. I hit a hand pay on each one of those cruises, and that really enabled me to churn and churn and churn out as much coin in as I could possibly get. And if there's any number that you need to concentrate on in this video, it's coin in. Coin in is how much money you are cycling through the machine, not how much money you're taking out of pocket. So for 2023 combined, which is what my offers are based off of right now, I generated about $40,000 worth of coin in. And that translates to about 18,000 casino points at that time. Carnival would give you 1 point for every $2.50 you cycled through a slot machine, or 1 point for every $5 you cycled through a video poker machine. Well, they've since changed that, and they actually reduced the slot machine number down to $2. And I'm a little skeptical as to why that happened, and I don't know if that's going to be beneficial in the long run or not. Only time will tell. But for the purposes of understanding this entire bankroll situation, I want everybody to understand that coin in is really going to be one of the major key factors that you need to concentrate on. And it's easy to calculate when you're on a Carnival cruise ship. You can go into the app, you can go to the casino. It will show you your current points. It also shows you on the screen of the slot machine. And you just multiply that by $2, and that will tell you what your coin in is for your particular trip. Above anything else, and I'm going to say this multiple times, your budget, your bankroll should be based off what your personal financial situation is. Never walk into the casino with more money than you're willing and you can afford to lose. Okay? So let's move forward. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks that will help you hopefully maximize your bankroll and put you in the best position possible to potentially get a casino offer. Okay, so let's run through some tips and tricks. Number one is you want to sit down and you want to make sure you understand your budget. You've got a plan, and that plan should start with you walking the casino floor and really learning how to identify the volatility of certain machines. I'll give you kind of a quick overview of volatility and what to look for. The simpler the machine, generally the lower in volatility. When you get into the Dragon Links, the Huff and Puffs, all of those types of machines, those are going to be very high in volatility. The more opportunity you have to win, the higher in volatility a machine certainly is. And, lower volatility machines are going to be stuff like double diamond, triple stars, things like that, where they don't really have a bonus tied to them. And this will allow you to have slow, steady wins over time. Whereas in a high volatility machine, you've generally got these bonuses, that are displayed on the screen. And in order for you to really be able to kind of sustain yourself, you've got to get into a bonus and hope that that bonus produces a good payback. Otherwise, it's just going to eat your money. And you're going to get wins, but a dollar bet and get a 9-cent win is not a win. But that's the way these machines are set up. That's the way they work, is they're going to gear toward the big bonuses, and that's the attraction, and that's what causes people to sit and chase their losses on those machines. So here, in my opinion, is one of the best things you can do to prevent that chase. It's the double up method, and it's very simple. Regardless of how much money you put into a machine, make your goal that you're either going to double that money or play it down to zero. That gives you hard limits that are not dictated by what is happening from spin to spin. You're just looking at it, if I put $20 in a machine, if I get up to $40, I'm cashing out, I'm moving on to a different machine. Or if I get down to zero, I'm cashing out and I'm moving on to a different machine. That helps you focus on what's really mattering here instead of just chasing those bonuses, because some of them can take a very long time. And then I've certainly had situations in playing high volatility machines where my bonus didn't equal my actual bet. So that can happen. And I've seen it happen a lot. So keep that in mind. Understand that if you play a higher volatility machine, and that's okay, play whatever you enjoy, it generally is going to take a larger budget to do that in order to get to those bonuses to hopefully sustain your bankroll. But in my opinion, the best advice is double up method. Sit down, do that. It helps you really focus on what's at matter here, and you're building points and you're building coin in as you're doing that. So my last piece of advice would be this. If you go into the casino and you're not feeling it, maybe you started playing, but you're like, I don't know. Or you go into the casino and you're just not finding anything that interests you or you feel like can give you an opportunity to really stretch your bankroll. Don't play. Go do something else. Take that money, put it back, go spend it on, an excursion, whatever the case may be. But just don't play. It's not worth it in the long run to just play in the casino for the sake of playing in the casino. Hopefully, what will happen if more people do this is they'll start listening to us out there that like these lower volatility machines, and we want to see them come back. And unfortunately, they're beginning to disappear more and more on these cruise ships because cruise ships obviously have a very limited amount of casino floor space. And they're going to try to maximize the return as much as they can because people are chasing those bonuses. They're chasing their losses, and they sit there longer than they should and dump more money into them than they should because they don't have a plan. They don't they're not sticking to their budget, and they're just chasing. And that's how the casino really is maximizing their profits, is by putting those machines in place to cause people to do that. So don't do that. If you go in and you don't see something that interests you, or you feel like you're getting washed and you're just losing like crazy, just stop, go do something else. It's not worth it. Well, hey, that's all for this video. I really appreciate you checking it out. If you're new here, you found it valuable, you know what to do. Otherwise, thank you so much. I really appreciate all of you, and I will see you on the next one.